Hi, I'm Dr. V, and today we are very fortunate to be bringing you a tour of your local veterinary practice. I personally don't believe that many people get to think about or even see exactly what it is that your local vet has to offer when it comes to quality healthcare for your beloved pet. Let's start right now in the room where you are at the moment. That's the reception area or waiting area. Have a look around. You may not have realized just how much is actually on offer here. Specialized foods, specialized equipment, training equipment, toys, bedding, you name it. But something which we don't always think about is the advice which is also available. That special lady standing behind the counter waiting to help you to go in the right direction to get what you need. So let's move through now into the consulting room. You've probably been in there a number of times, but have you really thought what this room represents to you? The wealth of knowledge that is available there. That's right, I'm talking about the vet. Why don't you ask him all those little questions that have been bugging you? That's what he's there for. That's what he's trained to do. Here we have an area that most people don't think about. This is the laboratory area. That area where the tests are done on all the samples that your vet will draw from your beloved pet. We go to the doctor, he says we need some tests, we have a prick in the arm, we get some blood sent away, and we don't think about it. Your vet, however, has to do the tests and he has to know how to run the equipment. Fairly labor intensive and also capital intensive. Have a look, have a think. Really quite impressive. Here we have the pharmacy. This is an area you're very familiar with because you get your own prescriptions filled. But have you ever thought about the vet in his pharmacy filling the prescription for your beloved pet? Take a look at the range of medicines that are available here. Now that takes a lot of money to stock it, but much more impressive than that is the knowledge which your local vet has to be able to know what medicine to apply and why. Here we have the theatre. Now this is an area that most people don't get to see. You all know about it, but it's not that we're trying to hide anything from you. It's just an area which has to be kept sterile. Now to do that, we need to keep as fewer people in there as possible. In other words, no through traffic, no guests unfortunately. It's just essential personnel and the patient being operated on. As you can see, the vet is wearing specialized equipment, gowns, gloves, masks, everything to keep the bacterial count as low as possible. Right, here we find ourselves in the prep room. Now the prep room is basically a general work area. This is an area where the daily treatments are done. This is the area where the drips are all set up and gotten ready for the patients that are needing it. And it's the area where a lot of monitoring is done. Here we are now in the kennel area, or as you might call it, the ward. As you can see, it doesn't look anything like a ward where you and I would be admitted. But then again, it's got a specific design for a specific need. The patients that are here may be ill, they may be waiting for an operation, and each one has their own special requirements, and each ward has its own requirements for disinfection afterwards. That's why it doesn't look like what you expect it to look. Bedding is provided to each patient in accordance with their needs, but your vet knows best, and he's able to do all of that for your pet in this area. Here we find ourselves in the dental area. Now this is an area that you probably know well. This is the area where all those drills and high-pitched things are that makes us all get the shivers when we go to the dentist. Fortunately, your beloved pet will be under anesthetic. But the equipment that you can see here and the procedure that is followed is exactly the same as what your dentist would do for you. Here we are now in the X-ray room. This is an area that you would probably recognize if you've ever had X-rays yourself. The equipment that we have here, exactly the same as what would have been used on you, just maybe a little bit smaller. But the process of taking the X-ray, developing the film, and getting the results is exactly the same as what would have been done for you. This brings us to the end now of our tour of your local veterinary practice. I hope you've had an insight into exactly what your local vet can actually do for you and for your beloved pet when it comes to quality health care. He truly is a one-stop veterinary shop for all your needs. I'm Dr. V saying cheerio.